All right, this is Will, an actor, one of the main actors on Something to Be Desired. If you didn't see it, we just interviewed Justin, so check out the other podcast there. So, Will, tell us a little bit about you.
I'm local Pittsburgher as well. I've lived here all my life. I've traveled a little bit here and there, but recently I started Something to Be Desired when I was close to being done with college. When I'm not doing Something to Be Desired, I'm working at internet series of Something to Be Desired, and Renaissance festivals, as well as I am a huge advocate of independent film, so I like to act a lot in those. And that's about it.
Is the internet the only forum you've got for your media, or do you do other stuff?
No, internet. I've become more and more of an advocate of internet entertainment since I've been a part of Something to Be Desired. Whenever anybody needs any help with something along those sorts, I've always wanted to be on board. Especially there was a 48-hour film festival that I recently became a part of that I understand has a very huge internet base, so I wanted to be on that as well. And there's a couple of short films for Orchard Place Productions that I recently went on that is not for the internet, but has found a lot of following online as well. So it always just ends up that way.
Cool. What do you think about the whole internet media relationship thing? As a not so technical person.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Justin and I are all about the technical stuff.
You're talking to a guy who has no internet.
Yeah.
Right now.
So coming from the outside, how would you see the internet to traditional media?
Well, I believe that it certainly has the potential and the opportunity to really make a hit and a boom onto normal everyday media, become the standard as it would be. But I also believe that if somebody makes a wrong move, it could very well be stuck at that secondary level, because it's all up to the filmmakers, it's all up to the podcasters, and I have all the faith in the world of them to continue on and make it a successful, go. And I'm just here for the ride. I'm enjoying it.
So you're right. While we've got the guys falling off the skateboards and being hit into walls, we've got such a broad range of quality online, and while we've still got those guys being beat in the stomach, then it's still going to remain at a certain level. You're right.
The thing that really surprises me is that people are still falling off of skateboards and hitting themselves in the crotch and thinking, oh, I'm going to be the next jackass. And really that's not helping us out at all, even though we grew up with places like E-Bombs World and all these sites where it's just like, oh, look at this guy threw up a whole pizza. And that's the kind of stuff that we need to move away from now. And especially since shows like Goodnight Burbank, Ask a Ninja Something to Be Desired, wink, wink, is really booming, and we come up with excellent plot lines, and we're really trying hard to get forward, but when that kind of stuff comes out, it's just, what can it do?
Did you know, whenever you got involved with it, did you know that people were going to be able to relate to the characters as much, to the level that it's reached now? I know that there's so many people and such a following for that.
Well, funny story, when I signed on for this, it wasn't an internet series. It was supposed to be a short film. The full first season was just originally planned to be a short film. And I met Justin a long time ago working a minimum wage job, but met up with him when he did a film called Killing Time, a short film he did for a concert. And I loved it. It was absolutely fantastic. It was starring Lacey Fleming and the guy who plays Jack Boyd. And I was blown away, and I said, whatever you're doing next, please consider me. And he did, and he brought me on to Something to Be Desired. And then one day he just came up to me and said, we're going to do an internet series. And at the time, there was no internet series, so I just like, I'm sorry, an internet what? And the idea really flew away with me. And when I found out that it was going to be an internet series, I was very intrigued at how the characters were going to more of how they were going to grow, and especially how the relationships were going to grow. My character, Leo Straub, well, he's a jerk, to put it in nicer terms, and to see how he was going to continue to keep these friends seemed like such a challenge that I've always been intrigued to continue on with what that storyline's going to be. And right now, it's gotten to a place where I can't wait to find out what's going to happen next. So.
I just met you this morning for the first time.
Yeah.
You seem like a pretty nice guy. How much of you is in Leo? How much of Leo is in you?
The question was asked me the first time I've ever done an interview for Something to Be Desired, and I originally said that Leo Straub was a huge music critic, and he had an ego about it, and I'm a huge movie buff. I love movies to death, and if you have a movie quiz with me, I'm going to blow you out of the water. But it's changed. It's evolved, and Leo Straub has become just an egotistical guy who is a god in his own mind, and I really don't have that feeling about myself. But as an actor, you have to have an ego. You have to think that you're good in some areas, and I try and put as much ego of myself as I possibly can into the playing of Leo Straub, and it's not always easy. It's not always easy, but I really hope that comes across. Putting that in there.
It does.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
You're so sweet. Leah sometimes says things and I'm like, what?
Yeah. I'm also a huge improvise person. Justin said that a lot of people improvise on the show. I'm not going to say I'm the hugest improviser, but that's my main talent. I actually teach improv to little kids as well, so it's something I'm really a big, huge fan of. And knowing the character of Leo Straub, being able to add on to him and add on to his jerkiness, I guess you can say. Beef jerkiness, is a huge pleasure. I almost every once in a while want to have him, have feelings towards other people, actually have him be nice. It never works out that way. So, who knows? Maybe by the end of this season he'll have a conscience, maybe.
Now, there's a few people who want Something to Be Desired on a regular basis. You have a lot of fans.
Yes.
Have you had any people get in touch with you, any freaky fans or any weird situations with fans or stuff?
No. The oddest experience I've really ever had was I was at a bar and somebody came up to me, "Hey Leo, can I buy you a drink?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." Wait, no, I will. And the thing is that normally we do have a lot of fans. We have a lot of fans, but strangely enough, a lot of the fans we have are from different states, and we even have a huge fan base in London. Surprise to me, complete. And we do have a lot of big fans in Pittsburgh, but a lot of the stuff that I get online is, love the show, love it, and I look at where they're from, it's like Kansas. What are you watching it for? And that pleases me so much. But actually, another interesting story. Right now, I'm doing the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. It's something on the side I do, and I'm dressed in complete jester garb with a jester hat on me, and I'm talking with a Cockney accent. And somebody comes up to me and said, they're like, "You did a great show. You did a great show. You're excellent as Leo." I'm like, "Oh, thank you, sir. You're so kind, so very kind." And then go back to being a jester. So.
Now, do you think people relate to you on a different level because, as opposed to internet celebrities or TV celebrity?
I tell you the truth, besides maybe Ask a Ninja and I guess iJustine now, I'm not really seeing much of internet celebrity yet. There's people that are known. But as for that celebrity status, that part where you get free drinks if you walk into a bar type celebrity status, that hasn't happened yet for me or anybody else in that matter. So, and it's not something I'm looking for. But it would be nice.
I think it being online because so many people can do it, that it does take the celebrity status down a notch.
Yeah, not for lack of a better word, we do our best just to entertain and be good entertainers. And if that fame comes along, we're not going to turn it down. So, I'm sorry. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Good. I'm not sure if I did or not. Okay. Cool.
Definitely. Do you have any more questions?
I think I'm good now.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming up.
No problem.
Pleasure
Glad to be here.
Thank you. It's wonderful
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.